Yo, what's good, guys? It's been a week since RB 5 was dropped. Actually, like a week and 1 day, and I'm max level. So, let's get a build review going. Hey guys, while I was recording this video, I forgot to mention that if you finish Conquer, you get an extra 70 points on your final skill points and an extra 10 badge points. You actually end up with 325 skill points and 61 trade points. So that's why my build has so many points. So let's just talk about the build first. It is a 6'6", 180 lock. This is the guard. This is the standard. I'm going to have a build video coming soon about I think my top 3 guard builds. Then I'll get to forwards and then I'll get to centers eventually. But we'll start with the guards for now. And we'll start with my build. I think the base for all guard builds or most guard builds in this game should be 6'6", 180. Reason for that being, no matter what, you're going to have an 87.3 and you're going to, have decent speed. I'm somewhere around 80. That's pretty good in this game. If you want to be faster, by all means go for it, but it's kind of not worth it. You're not going to be as good on the main ball handler because you can't shoot that well. So I'd go 6'6", 180. I've made a few builds. 6'6", 180 is the move. Let's talk my stats. So you guys can see all the overall stats here on the right and what it would be the max for each stat. This is in my opinion the most optimal layout for how I want to play the game. You guys can pick differently. This is completely up to you. It's subjective, but my playstyle of the game is I'm a 3&D guy, more of a role player, but I can still be on ball with the stats that I have. So let's go over it. You have 85 speed, 84 with ball, 85 acceleration, and 85 stamina. We'll start at speed. So honestly, this is pretty fast. You can keep up with most guard builds in the game, even if they have 90 speed, because of your perimeter defense as well. When you're playing defense, it's 99, so it lets you keep up with them. It's not really a big deal. And then when you get to offense, you can definitely speed abuse people too. If you play against any bigs in this game that see that I'm a guard defender, they see my build, they think I can't do anything basically, and then I just steamroll them with a crossover into a 3, or I blow by them easily, right? It's very easy to do that in this game. We'll go to strength as well here. Strength, I've maxed this out. I mean, I think it's very important on this build. It helps you prevent blow-bys, and then it also helps in the paint. It also just lets you blow by people easier too. So a lot of guard scoring builds in this game, they don't have a lot of strength. So I'm already walking past people. It's going to be a lot easier with this. We'll talk about the finishing stats now and rebound. So rebound, I'm a guard. I obviously don't need rebound stat. You can get rebounds from just being positioned well in this game. Don't worry about it. Close shot and driving layup. I'm not concerned about this. If you can time a wide open layup, you can make a layup, right? If you're not I'm not trying to shoot contested layups over people. That's not what this build is for. Standing and driving dunk. Originally, I had 70 driving dunk on this build. I ended up taking it out just for the strength. I think that the strength is just better for me than having driving dunk. And I just think the driving dunk was a little inconsistent and scary at times. We'll talk shooting now. So shooting, I've obviously maxed out my mid-range in 3. 87 it's pretty high, man. You can shoot from damn near half court. You could run Hall of Fame deep range and that would help a lot too. I'm not personally running Hall of Fame deep range because I'm opting for other badges, but it's good. Free throw, it's only at 57 just to, complement the 87.3. Handles. 60 handles gets you most of the dribble moves in this game. You don't need pass down any build. That's why I'm okay with 60 handles. You get the momentum cross over the front, you get the tweens, you get the step backs, you get the behind the backs. You just don't get double behind the back, and then you don't have access to some of the chain combos, which is you don't need them to score. This is a pick and roll heavy game. ISO's not that great, so you don't need it. But if you want it, you can make a small build. So passing now. I originally had 70 passing, but I opted to go for 65. And my reason for that being is the strength is just more important than being able to pass that far. And 65 to 70 passing would get you basically everywhere in this game. You'll be okay. Obviously, post moves, I'm not a post scorer. I don't need it. Inside defense and perimeter defense, max it out. I mean, I feel this is obvious. Your inside defense lets you guard bigs. I'm able to contest bigs if I don't jump, and I'm also able to heavily contest layups in the paint. Perimeter defense 99 is a no-brainer. And you're hearing this from me, but I'm not sure if it's actually true. But people are telling me that there's a big statistical difference from 98 overall or 98 in a stat to 99. Apparently, there's a significant boost once you get to 99, but I'm not sure and I can't confirm that yet. So don't take it with a grain of salt. My block, I opted not to go block on this build, mainly because like you can just get blocks from like positioning yourself well. And if you're playing good defense, you don't need to jump on a guard. There's just no reason. And then obviously you go high steal. I mean, I feel like this is also a no-brainer. Passing lanes in this game are really good if you can read them well. You're able to like swat the ball and like jump and like, you know, you can press R to like swat it in a passing lane. There's a lot of the really good things you can do with the steal in this game. So that's why I opted for all of this. Now if we go to badges, badges are a lot more optional for your playstyle, for what you're going to be doing. I'd say if you're like more of a scorer, you can go a little more into playmaking, but we'll just go over what I got. So I have gold floor general. So you may be asking, Fuzz, why are you running gold floor general? I feel like there's no reason for you running this. You're not the main ball handler. You're not scoring or, you know, getting assists that much. Like, why are you running this? Well, first of all, you're wrong. A lot of the times, defense is offense in this game, especially when you're playing 3s, 5s. If you get a stop, right? If you play good defense with someone, they force a bad shot up, they'll just chuck a 3, and you'll be able to run down court and just make a free 3 back. And I'll show you a clip of it here, obviously. I mean, it's not that hard. It's kind of like, it's cherry picking, but like, it's what you deserve. It's what you get for having a good defensive possession, right? And then in turn, that translates to filling up my team's takeover bar to 1/3. I have so many park games that I've been recording. This badge is worth running. You need to run this badge if you have any impact on the court. You also get takeover for your team if you just play good defense. Good defensive possessions, steals, swats, anything that would give you takeover is giving your team takeover. This is good, right? Now, quick chain. You don't need this badge. Only reason I'm running quick chain is because it costs 1 badge point and it increases my speed by 15% on dribble moves. This is enough to deal with most slow players in the game, so most bigs that are on me can't handle 15% dribble speed as a buff on my dribbling. And this actually works for a lot of smalls too. I think it's just like a good thing to have, even if you're not the main ball handler, just to have it as a little bit, right? I'm running silver adrenaline. A lot of times if you're dribbling and you're like sprinting around screens in this game, you're going to be taking shots that are going to be on lower stamina. This is just a good badge to have. I'd say at least run it on silver. Deep range, I have it on gold. I'm considering putting it on diamond and taking out like pick dodger or something. It might be worth it. Honestly, this is kind of one of those badges that you want to run on diamond though. Focus shot, I have it on gold. I'm considering taking it down to silver. You honestly don't really need it that much. Like if you're in league, you're taking like wide open shots. If you're taking good shots, you'll be fine. A lot of the shots I take are going to be wide open. So this is low-key like a carried badge. Like you don't need it that much. Pull up. This is completely subjective to you. Honestly, it might be more worth to run silver rhythm shooter. Only reason I'm running pull up is because I kind of like it. Tough shots. This is a must-have badge. A lot of people will tell you to run it on diamond. I agree with them. I'm running it on silver for the fact that I'm just not the main ball handler and I don't take crazy shots like that. So don't take it to heart. Alright, so defense badges now. Obviously, I'm gonna run diamond clamps. This badge is incredible. I mean, your blow-by range gets reduced. That's just very nice to have. Late contender, at minimum, you should be running this on gold on a defending build. This badge is so strong. I can show you the differences in what I'm talking about, but there's a lot of times where it feels like you should be taking a wide open shot, and then it just gets heavily contested. Why is that? I don't know. For some reason, late contender increases your early contest range in this game, and that means your on-ball defense. So as long as your G is up and you're guarding someone, if you like stay in front of them, you'll probably get contested at minimum, or like red contest. If your G drops and then you pick up, that's late contest. That's what that is. It's basically you closing out on someone is late contest. But for some reason, he makes late contest early contest, and I don't understand it. And 10. This badge only matters if you have good defense. Like, you shouldn't be really upgrading the stat if your build doesn't have high defense. Mine does, obviously. And a lot of the times I will shove people. And Tim's been good since Arbor 3. I would still run this badge. It's just good. Interceptor. So I have run this badge on gold. I was testing it since I had 80 steal, and I put it down to silver, and I haven't noticed a difference at all. I feel like I still get the same amount of steals. The thing about intercepting passes in this game is that it's all on you, right? So it's your positioning, it's you being ready to intercept it. It's really about you being in the right spot to do it, and not the badge itself. I'm running Silver Pick Dodger. Honestly, you don't really need this badge. It's pretty good though. I mean, you can upgrade it to like minimum bronze, I'd say. A lot of teams will run pick and roll. A lot of players will run pick and roll. So it's just a good badge to have, especially against like the higher brick walls. But if you're a good player, you can like avoid everything. Okay, so I'm running Steady Defender on Silver. Personally, I don't think you need to run this badge. If you play on controller, you don't need it. You probably won't get snapped. The way that ankle breakers work in this game, even without sprinting, is that it goes for change in direction and how fast it happens. So if you're changing your directions very often and there's a dribble move happening, you're more likely to get broken, right? On controller, I talked about it in my last video, but it's that smooth, like circular motion. So you're never really changing your direction left to right as like hard as you are on controller when you're pressing WASD. That's why Steady Defender isn't as necessary a badge on controller as it is on keyboard. I run it because I've had issues with like just randomly getting snapped when I'm playing defense and it was starting to piss me off. Tireless Defender, I just noticed that my stamina was getting low when I was playing defense and like offense, so I put it on bronze. I'm considering taking it off though, I don't really need it anymore. And for the last but not least badge, Second Win. You should at minimum run this badge on bronze. This is very, very underrated badge. I was looking at a badge tier list earlier and someone put it in C. And I don't understand why it's in C when this badge, I guess it's going by like overall worth. But if you go by like the value of the badge that you get when you put a certain amount of points into it, Second Wind is one of the badges that gives you like the most value. And that's because like, bro, you use a lot of stamina on one play. Once the possession ends, you get it back, right? That's very, very good. It helps a lot. You're not going to be in a position where like you're usually like out of stamina in a lot of games just because of this badge. And yeah, that's like the build. And I do have plans for a few other videos. But if you guys want more stuff like this, please let me know. I might bring back the Is It Worth Grinding This Build series. If you guys watched me back in Arbor 3, I used to do a series called Is It Worth Grinding Blank Blank Build to Legend. I have a few friends that are damn near maxing out their builds, so I might ask them for it and see what's going on with that, especially like the more unique builds. So I'll let you guys know what's going on with that. Thank you for watching. Peace.